What's up? Welcome back. This is Dick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and today we're walking around a 1969 Firebird. This one here's got a 400 under the hood. Do have the aluminum radiator, the power steering. The AC compressor is hooked up. We'll be checking that out to see if it works. Definitely check out the test drive video. We took it down the road, see how it runs and drives. Checks out so far. We're up here in the parking lot, away from everything, so we can get a good walk around here. Got a magnet tag stuck to the back. I went ahead and opened the trunk so that I'm not fumbling the camera around. But in this video, I'm gonna point out any chips, scratches, flaws, anything you might need to know, because a lot of people buy these cars from out of state. We also have shipping. We have financing available. I have 100 detailed pictures on my website, and every Monday I update with new cars. I guess it's about that time. Let's start this little walk. We're gonna come across the front end here. There's a little chip on the corner there. The grill looks pretty good, nice and clean. Little chip in the rubber right there coming around. I'm gonna hit the lower portion of this car first. It's usually where problems consist. Tires are in pretty good shape, nice set of wheels. Got some pitting popping up right there on those louvers and them little vents. Bottom portion of the door so far is looking great. A little bit of dirt from the road. They were doing some construction around here. Makes it hard to keep these things clean. Just taking them right down the road. It's pretty solid on this side. Let's go down this side now. A few little scratches right here in the middle. Looks like you got a little bit of wax below the keyhole. There is like a sanding mark right here in the middle of the door. May have had it wet sanded. You can see it there. I don't know if it's popping up in the camera, but it is on the passenger door. You can't really tell unless you get really close, and I'm getting like really close to see this. Coming on down the fender, there's a chip right here. Let's look on the top portion of the car here. So far so good. We got some chips on the edge there, on the edge of the hood, also right there. Looks like a light scratch on the windshield from windshield wipers. These are new, so it must have been an older set. All right, now we're going to check this vinyl top. I like checking the pillars, just running my hands up and down it, feeling for any kind of issues, bumps, and if they're there like that, I see it. Try to make it pop out. Little bubble up under there. There's also a little bubble right here. Coming on down. A little bubble right there on the back. Most of the time it's not going to be on the middle of the top, and this one looks pretty good on the middle. Water gets trapped up under the edges of these vinyl tops and causes rust. Good thing about the trunk right there, you can look up under the back side. This top side looks pretty good. The bumper back here I think needs to be replaced, as cheap as these bumpers are. You got a AAA sticker from Kansas. The seal in the trunk looks pretty good. The jam's nice and clean. Lid looks good. There is some moisture in the trunk. There's some water in here. So we had a lot of rain about a day or two ago, and dead giveaway got in the trunk here. Usually that comes from like a back window seal. Looking up in the package tray here, we do have some surface rust. I'm looking to see if there's anything major though. I don't see anything major. Looks fairly good to me. Surface struts don't hurt. Just gotta clean it up. And the trunk actually looks pretty solid other than a little bit of water that's in here. When we get back to the lot, we'll get that all vacuumed out and leave her open for the sun to dry it out a little bit better. But it here is documented in this video. That's why we do these. A few little swirl marks on the trunk. Looks like they were buffing on it. She scared me. I didn't know what was going on. Little spot there on the wing, scuff mark. Scuff mark on the top of the wing there. Checking this over real good. All right, so we're gonna do this side the same way. I'm probably gonna start from the front because you see the shadow is gonna get in our way here. We're gonna do the lower portion all the way to the back and then come back to midsection and then hit the top section. A few little light scratches down here on the front. Same thing with those louvers, or those little vents. Keep calling them louvers. Looks like a scratch right there in the middle, coming straight down onto the trim. Light scratch right here in the middle of the panel. Coming back to midsection, we do have a few little swirls. Got some light scratches right there. All that stuff looks like it will come out with a buffer. You can definitely tell somebody tried to hand wax it from all the swirls. That scratch right there meets the other one all the way down at the bottom, but it skips in the center here. And that looks light enough to be able to buff out too. Scuff on top of the fender. Checking the pillars. Little bump there. I think we already went over that on the other side. I just reached out. Checking these edges. Like I said, here we're looking for rust up under the vinyl top the best we can. This side's pretty solid. Usually it always starts back here, and I don't see anything back here rust-wise under that. All right. We're gonna go ahead and check this interior out, get this thing started up, and get some undercarriage shots. Let's do it. The buzzer works, does the horn. First off, I'm just gonna go ahead and start it up. Definitely got a good sound. Door panel's in pretty good shape here. Weather stripping looks new around the door panel. Let's check the bottom of it. Hopefully that camera adjusted out for us. The jamb looks good. Carpet's not new, but not terrible. A little bit faded. This needs to be replaced here where it's cracking. The weather stripping around the window actually looks pretty good. Seat's in good shape. The only thing I see that's wrong, headrests. The cloth. I don't like that. And it actually feels like these are covers. I'd love to take that off. Just feels like the fabric's loose. You see what I mean? Like the cover would be on there. Back seat's in great shape. That's my gear bag there to make these videos. Package tray's in pretty good shape. There's speakers back there. Be checking the radio out. Headliner looked great. Sagging a little bit over there in the corner, but nothing major. Let's go ahead and jump in here. So we do have AC under the hood. Let's see if it works. Blower motor is cutting on. We will leave it on a second and see if that compressor is turning. I didn't hear it kick down on the motor, which is not a great sign. I tell you what, you can see the RPMs do come up a little bit when I cut it on. We're gonna leave it on and check that out. Gauge is under the dash. They've got oil pressure, battery, and temperature, and they're all working and in good range. So we've got it on. We're gonna put it on vent here and see if it's coming out. Just doesn't feel freezing cold, and it's not blowing real hard out of the vent or the dash. It's just coming out of the floor there. Try the wipers, they do work. Radio, see if we can get her jamming. That air was all the way up and it's not cutting on. I don't know if it needs an amp back there or if the speakers aren't hooked up. You ready to try that horn? I almost forgot. It does work. So the compressor is not on. It's not turning in the front here. May need a little work on that. Motor's pretty quiet. I hear a little bit of a lifter noise. Could be an exhaust leak though. Very similar sound there. Under the hood looks nice and solid. And she definitely stays cold with this radiator here. It's not even hot. We've been driving around town for a while. I've actually had it running probably a good 20-30 minutes total. Front end looks good. Scratch there on the hood, looks like it could be buffed out. A couple chips here. All right, we made it all the way around this one. I'm gonna give you some undercarriage shots. Check out maplemotors.com. You can see the undercarriage as well. And of course on the test drive, I put a light down and drive over it and light everything up for you. Let's look under it. An exhaust leak. coming from right up under there. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. We're gonna get back in this one, do the test drive all the way back to the lot. Hope y'all enjoyed this. You can catch any of our cars on here on YouTube with detailed description videos. That way you know what you're buying before you get here. I do appreciate y'all watching. Hit that subscribe button. You see cars daily. Thanks again. I'll see y'all later.